Welcome to the Nonprofit Exchange. This is Hugh Ballou, founder and president of Center Vision Leadership Foundation. Center Vision is the synergy that leaders create by having a clear vision. What is it we do? What are we about? Why should people participate? My guest today is a new friend. Brett is in Virginia with me. We're a little bit separated. And is it Herbeck? Is that how you say your last name?
That's exactly right. Throw the vowels in there all you want.
All right. So before we start talking about Rotary and all the magnificent things that happens with people in Rotary, tell people a little bit about yourself. And you are the district governor of the district that I'm a part of.
I am. Thank you for the opportunity to come and speak about Rotary. It's one of my great passions and great loves. I am in Front Royal, Virginia. I am the district governor of District 7570, and our district, for those that don't know the geography, runs from North and Winchester, Virginia, which is in the northern part of northwestern part of Virginia, runs down the Appalachian mountain spine into Tennessee, down 81, into northeast Tennessee, and then over to Danville and Martinsville and Lynchburg. Big territory. We have 75 clubs and about 2,900 Rotarians. I've been a member of the Rotary Club of Front Royal since 2002, when I moved back to Front Royal to come to work for my firm at Jones. And I wanted to get back into the community. Rotary is really important in my growing up. They sponsored my Little League team. They sponsored my Babe Ruth team. They were a place where we went and for the anti-drug group that I was involved with in high school, we went to do little skits and get some money to send us to conference. And they were made up of the men. And at the time it was men, because we didn't become co-ed until 1989. But at the time it was men in our community who I really respected and wanted to be like and emulate within either their leadership values and performance, or their service, or just how they ran a successful business. My dad was not a member of the Rotary Club. He was a school teacher, but I watched service with him while he was a teacher and a coach. But because we meet at lunch on Fridays, a teacher can't get out for that. But he was certainly a Rotarian at heart. And as a matter of fact, my mom, who was also a teacher, she is 77 years old and just joined our club because I said, "Mom, you're always doing all these activities anyway. Why don't you come and join us and wear that jersey?" So Rotary's been really an instrumental part of my growing up. And the service aspect of it is just something that is essentially in my DNA. My grandfather in Ohio was Mr. Madison, Ohio. He was the one that ran people to the airport. He sat on the YMCA board. He was on their village council. And when he had a stroke, and my grandmother found out all the things that he was doing, because people would call the house and say, "Hey, where's Jimmy? He was going to bring me a cake," or "Where's Jimmy? I needed a ride to the airport." We didn't know how much service that he did, even under the radar. My mom learned that at his feet, and I learned it at her feet and my dad's feet. So service is just a natural thing. Rotary is a service organization, a membership organization that does service, and so it's just a natural fit for me to be able to participate in this organization.
People listening that know nothing about Rotary, maybe never heard of it. There's people that know the name but don't know about the work. And there's people that belong to a Rotary and wish they had a few more people in the community so that would come on board. And so there's a real importance to getting with people who put service above self. And we can do that without giving up our work time or giving up our family time, because we have a whole group of people to work with. So let's talk to those people who don't know much about Rotary, haven't heard of it, don't know why they should go visit. Now, there's a district governor around the world, and there's Rotaries around the world. So this is wherever you are. I talked to some people in Uganda recently, and they were all part of a Rotary there. And I said, well, we ought to get together and do some Rotary projects together. So there's many, many channels. So talk about why people should care to be a part of Rotary. And in that, would you talk about the Rotary's 7 areas of focus, please?
Sure. So, great questions. And I just want to step back, though, even before Rotary. I think it's important, really vital, and this is my passion, that we rebuild our civil society. And that means our Rotary clubs, our churches, our synagogues, our Chamber of Commerce's United Ways, Kiwanis clubs, our bowling leagues. The other day, my son, my 12-year-old, decided he wanted to run in the Shenandoah Valley Runners on their winter race, and there was 600 runners. That's a group. That is a civic group that I want to see grow and grow and grow. So I think it's important that we all belong to something, because we're going to do so much more together and uniting together in a common purpose than we are divided. Social media has really, this is a cliche now, but social media has really now atomize us or ghettoize us into our own individual silos, where we can sit at our house by ourselves and we feel like we've accomplished something. But there's a reason why we have such a mental health deficiency in this country right now, or across the world. Jonathan Haidt puts at 2007, right when the iPhone was launched, the whole world's mental health started to decline, and that's because we're by ourselves and we're lacking that fellowship between individuals and people that have shared interests but are also different. So I want to see all of that grow. Rotary is a 1.2 million members across the globe. We have tens of thousands, I believe, of clubs pretty much in every country and on the planet. There are a couple of exceptions. You can imagine what those might be. But Rotary is the greatest, in my opinion, the greatest humanitarian and peace-building organization in existence. And we're very lucky to have such a successful organization here in my town and in our district, and in complementing what the United States of America does as the beacon of hope and goodness and light in the world as well. Might be a little biased. I apologize to your non-U.S. Listeners on that, but that compliment, I think, goes together really well. There's a reason why Rotary was born in Chicago and in the United States. So we're people that come together, as our vision statement says, uniting together to make our communities better, to make our world better, and to make ourselves. Now, Rotary has broken up our mission into 7 different areas. And those are what we call our areas of focus. So everything Rotary does is going to fall into one of those 7 areas of focus. And that's promoting peace. And I want to throw an interesting thing is promoting peace is one of our action items or areas of focus, but I would posit that it actually plays a part in every other single one of these areas of focus. So fighting disease, providing clean water, sanitation, and hygiene, saving mothers and children, supporting education, growing our local economies, and protecting our environment. And why I say we're the greatest peace-building organization in the world, it's not because we're necessarily at the table in the Middle East with the Palestinians and the Israelis, or brokering a deal between the Russians and the Ukrainians. That's not what I mean by peace. However, we were at the United Nations founding. What I'm talking about as peace is that by doing all of those things in those areas of focus in our own backyard, we are creating peace in our own backyard. It starts right here at home. So when we fight disease, we can't have peace if we have people that are afraid of polio, or afraid of malaria, or afraid of HIV/AIDS. We can't have peace when we don't have clean water, and that's what people are worried about. We can't have peace when women and children are being trafficked for sex trafficking and work trafficking. We can't have it when we have illiterate people. We can't have it when people are starving and economies are declining and not successful. And we can't have it when we are degrading our economy. Peace can't happen without any of those things. So every time we pick up trash, every time we put up a sign that says, if you feel like if you're being trafficked, let us know. Every time we hand out a dictionary to a student to learn how to read, we are creating something in that peace movement. And that is so exciting to know that we can do something in our backyard. We don't have to be a diplomat yet, but we can do it right here in Front Royal, Virginia. I can create peace here that can then spread across the globe.